Hey everybody, this is Mark Hill. Today I just want to talk about the Rich Dad, Poor Dad book by Robert Kiyosaki. Probably one of the most popular personal finance slash business books in modern times. But the book has a lot of information in it, but there's really one key thing that you should take from the book. If you don't remember anything else about the book, you want to remember one key takeaway that Robert Kiyosaki emphasizes. One key to getting rich, and it's so simple. It's simply to buy income producing assets. And that's the basic, simple, number one key to becoming rich. Is to buy or invest into assets that produce income. And Robert Kiyosaki, he really drove that point home when he talked about how your home, your personal residence, is not an asset. It's actually a liability. A home is only an asset if it produces income for you, like a rental property. I mean, it's so simple, but at the time when that book came out, it was a revolutionary thought, because even to this day, majority of people think their personal residence is an asset, but it's actually a liability because it's taking money away from the owner every month. A piece of real estate property is only an asset if it produces income. Like say farmland, it produces crops that you can sell, or timberland. You can cut down the trees and sell the wood. An apartment building, multi-units. Even if one person moves out, you still got many um, tenants paying rent. It's an income producing asset. And this is all you have to do to get rich, is to keep buying income producing assets. Accumulate a portfolio full of assets that bring in cash flow. A lot of people prefer rental property. That's the most popular. Um, but it's more than just that. You got dividend stocks, my personal favorite. I mean, the only way to get rich is either to start your own business and or invest and become a partial owner in other people's successful businesses. You have to be connected to a business one way or another, either as an investor or as the person that founded the business. You must be an owner in something in order to get rich. There is just simply no way around it. Most people spend the majority of their money on things that are liabilities, that continuously take money away from them, not only from the purchase point, but from the maintenance point. A lot of people, they say you go buy a boat. It costs you money to buy the boat, but a lot of people don't do the research and check into the maintenance of a boat. Very, very expensive to maintain a boat, from docking fees to mechanical upkeep. Very specific. It's a very expensive product, but most people just think of the purchase price and liabilities like that. Luxury cars, boats, clothing, motorcycles, basic jewelry, most jewelry, basically trinkets, symbols of success. They're all liabilities that take money away from you. But this is the majority. These are the biggest items that people spend their money on. The house with the mortgage, and a fancy luxury car. Those are two main uh, items that will suck a person dry, suck them of their wealth building potential over the long run. Paying interest on a mortgage and continuously paying monthly car notes on a car loan. Those are the two biggest wealth killers. Lately, they've been talking about on the news how the wealth gap is getting wider and wider between the rich and the poor. And basically, it's something that can be done about it. If more poor middle class people act like the rich act, buy income producing assets instead of liabilities. Liabilities continuously make a person poorer and poorer over time. If people just went out and bought more income producing assets, that would close the wealth gap significantly. Because if you look at it, how do the rich increase their wealth? How did they increase their wealth so much? The rich increase their wealth, usually when the rich have big spikes in wealth, it's through the stock market. It's through continuously putting money into big brand name, blue chip, dividend paying stocks, or just in the basic S&P 500 index fund. Many rich people, the majority of rich people, have big stock portfolios. They invest in other companies. And over a 5 to 10 year period, when the stock market makes a big rise, the wealth of the top 10% increases significantly. But the wealth of the middle class and the poor doesn't really increase at all, because they don't have a significant portion of their resources put into income producing assets, aka the stock market. And that's the easiest way for anyone to get started. It's so easy. You can actually create your own income producing assets, such as writing a book or creating content or just inventing something. You can create your own income producing asset. The gentleman who invented the super soaker water gun, he was his name slips my mind, but if you just look up the inventor of the super soaker water gun, one of the best selling toys of all time. I believe it sold around 300 million worth of units. And he created that asset. So not only can you invest and buy these assets, but you can create your own. But the easiest way to get started, like I said, is buying big brand name dividend paying stocks. That's the easiest way. I mean, you open a brokerage account, you go look at the Dow 30. Those are the 30 some of the wealthiest and most well-known companies in the world. Look at those 30 stocks in the Dow. Look in the S&P 500. Or if you just want to buy, just do it real easy and simple. Just buy index fund. And just hold for the long term. Investing in in companies or even building your own company. You don't get rich overnight. You don't become financially free in 1 year. This is a long-term 5, 10, 15, 20-year plan for financial freedom. So that was the biggest takeaway from Kiyosaki's book. But you have to constantly remind yourself, refresh your mind that it will be your priority to invest or do something towards the accumulation of income producing assets every month. Every time you get your hands on some money, pile it away into an income producing asset, whether you want some rental property or you want to buy dividend paying stocks. It's your choice. So make sure it produces income. And that's the key to wealth. Making money while you sleep. Warren Buffett said, he had a great quote on that. Find a way to make money while you sleep, or you have to work forever. Find a way to make money while you sleep, or you'll have to work for the rest of your life. And there's nothing wrong with working, but you don't want to have to work. You want to work when you want to work and do the type of work you want when you want. You are not a slave. You weren't put on this earth to be a slave. You were born to be rich. You were born to live in abundance. This is Mark Hill. If you found this video informative, like, share, subscribe, and also go check out wealthmotivation.com for more great content.